Okay, so I've been meaning to do a little video of my sewing space that I set up. This room, I'm just going to do a quick zip round so you can see, is very long and very narrow. The room is about 5 meters by 2.7 meters approximately. It used to be my two sons' bedroom. Now that they have moved out, all grown up, I've reclaimed the bedroom and some furniture from their bedroom and turned it into my sewing room. So, what do we have in here? Okay, well, this first filing cabinet here, that's just household filing, doesn't fit anywhere else, so it needed to be in here. And then on top of that I have my mannequin for photo shoots, so make and sell swimwear from recycled t-shirts, and hopefully some bodysuits will be coming soon. I have up here on the bottom shelf, and these little IKEA jars are all my buttons, colour coded. In the cookie jars or the pasta canisters, got ribbons, quick unpicks. You can buy them really cheap, throw them away because they don't last that long. Zips, some odds and sods buttons, and other little bits and pieces, beads and so forth. On the top shelf I have just a very small little thimble collection, and there's all my lace and ribbon trims, fringes, etc. in little cookie canister jars that were $2 from the $2 shop. Okay, then back down here we have some reclaimed drawers that used to be my son's drawers, and in each one I've got drawer dividers so that I can better store stuff. So I have on this top one, you can see my drawer dividers, and I just sort of, not quite randomly, but you know, there's a bit of a system. I've got things that stick together, so I've got steer tape and staples and glue in one. I've got things that cut, my saw and Stanley knife, labels, sewing labels and a label maker. Got my tape measures, because we all need those. Different little bits and bobs. These yogurt containers are fantastic for storing things. So I've got my oil and oilcloths in there so that they don't run into everything. I also use these containers for dyeing fabric. They're great for dyeing fabric. And then I've got my hardware for curtain making, bags, belts, etc. That one. Down the bottom I've got all my different elastics for my swimwear and soon to come bodysuits. The original top drawer here. Bits and bobs, needles, sewing needles, pins, quilting pins, all sorts of different things. Same here. We've got different piping cords and boning, velcro, just different stores you need when you sew. I keep all my bits of off-cut paper, anything that's, you know, bigger than a couple of inches. It comes in handy when you're pattern drafting. Okay, then here I've got my two bookcases which I bought specially for my sewing room. Up the top are all my patterns. So in these filing boxes, which are all labelled, I have all of my patterns and I'll show you how I do them. I've seen a few people ask on different blogs recently, how do people store their patterns? So, well, this is not my original idea, I found it on YouTube somewhere. But this is what I do. I get a big A4 envelope and I cut the pattern envelope and I glue it onto the A4 envelope so that I don't lose any of the information on it. And then I put the pattern and the instructions inside, and then I file it up in the filing box. This dress here, I won this pattern in a competition on Sew Mara's blog. I'm going to make this dress out of recycled jeans. It's going to be a denim dress. It's a project that's about to happen. Okay, let's just come back around onto this bookcase for a moment. So I've got all my fabulous books there. Here's one I'm about to read because I'm going to Paris in 5 weeks. Very excited. So what I have here is a little bit of order. I've got my overlocking threads, the big ones. I've got my recycled fashion tub here with work to be done. This tub underneath is just different personal projects. Next to it is my dyeing paraphernalia for dyeing fabric, which I love to do. And then you'll see I have on several shelves fabric, and I wrap the fabric around pieces of cardboard, just like you would see on a bolt in a shop, and I put them in sort of colour order and fabric type, so woven, stretch, pole fleece, jersey, cotton, etc. And that's how I store my fabric, mostly. On the very bottom shelf I have lots and lots of magazines that I've collected over the years, and they're all stored down there. So then I have my little horn table here with my sewing machine on it, and it's very handy. Lots of natural light from the window there, and also my little extremely useful, let me put it on. No, what's happened? It's come undone. There we go. My extremely useful little IKEA light. Cost about $10. It's fantastic. Okay, and then what you see behind you here is my Grace quilting frame, which I love, but I don't use enough for quilting, and so I've turned it into a usable surface for when I'm not quilting. It can be just pulled out and used in the room as a quilting frame when I want to quilt, but when I'm not quilting, I've got here 2 cutting mats and a little one over here that can get moved around. I've got my projects I'm working on at the moment. This is my developing a bodysuit plan pattern for my recycled fashion projects. So hopefully that's going to work out. My fabulous coffee cup, always handy, close by. This is my ironing space. There is my iron. Another reclaimed piece of furniture, little bookcase, all from IKEA, kind of all blends in. Was in the family room, wasn't really being used, so I nicked it.